Okay, guys, this is that same 2-year-old that we were working in the last one with, I think last two. One, a little hard to catch. She turned out not to be hard to catch at all today. I just had to move her around a little bit. The other segment was just getting her going just a little bit. I worked a couple other horses between then and now. Just getting her moving left and moving right, getting control of the shoulder, getting control of the hind quarter, and just getting her to follow a feel a little bit and seeing where we were at. So she did that very well. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of show you how we would prep to put a saddle on for the first time. And again, this is just prepping. If we find some holes in her, find some issues that she's not comfortable with, we might have to work on it for a couple of days. But I'll take you step by step with this horse on how we do that, even if we do come into those issues. So the first thing, I've got a stick and string that are over here, and I got a stick and flag, and I've got my lead rope. I think it's like a 12-foot lead rope. I can use any of them, but what I choose to use, just for my own safety, is a stick with a flag, a sack, Walmart sack, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'll let her look at it like she's going to try to play with it and nip at it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here to the shoulder first. Okay, so if I keep it in front of the drive line, which is the withers back about a 45-degree angle on either side of their body from the withers, my chances of her getting scared of it and trying to blow by and kick me or kick at it and accidentally get me are less, because she's more likely to go back and away from it. So that's very important. Find out what your horse is capable of doing. So you might get a horse that you can't even pick this up and go like that, and they're jumping straight that way. And I'm sure we'll get one or two in that'll do something like that, and we'll go through that and show you exactly how we'd fix that as well. So right here, in fact, I got one that's a little skittish that I can maybe do that with. So right here, I'm just going to come up here, rubber with it, and bring it away. I'm just going to take it away, bring it back up to her, take it away, bring it back up to her, take it away, until she's completely good with that. Okay, now I did this side of the shoulder. That's her left side. I'm going to make sure to do the exact same thing on this side. And I don't sugarcoat this, and I know you guys probably can't see it on that side, but I don't sugarcoat this. I don't just ease up there with it. I don't say, easy girl, like it's something to be scared of. I just go up there and say, hey, listen, I know this is nothing to be scared of, and you can trust me that I'm not going to get you in a bind. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it right up there on your shoulder. Now, she's taking this real well, okay? So maybe not the best example to use, desensitizing, but again, this is a horse that we're going to take from start to finish for you guys and let you guys see what we do on how to get one started. And so this is the step where we're just getting the horse ready. If you think about a saddle, the stirrups are going to be right in here. We've got a rear cinch. We might rope off her someday, do some breakaway, so I want to make sure she's cool with something hanging off her butt, and we'll do more of that too after we get her saddled. So you want to make sure to do this stuff on both sides. Do not stand directly in front of a horse when you're doing this for the first time, so they don't run over you. But remember we had control of those shoulders, so we've already kind of told her that shouldering into us is not a good idea, because we're going to put a lot of pressure on you. So she's handled all this stuff pretty good. Now the next thing I'll do is, if I don't have a stick and a string, if you don't, they're easy to make. You don't necessarily need to go out and buy one, but you can make one. I'm going to take the same thing, because it's a new object. I'm going to run it all over her body. I'm going to see if I can't loop it up over and just see if she's okay with that. If she is, then my guess is when I get to the point where I throw that saddle on her or my leg over, I've done this enough that she's okay with it. Now, just like anything else, you do it on the same thing on both sides. Try not to let her look straight at you or get her body pointed to you, because if she does, and she does get scared, then there's a good chance she might run over you. All right, this might be a good time just to check her feet. And you can swing it around her feet just to let her feel something. Do your best not to smack her with it. Do your best not to let her let that rope get tangled up around her feet to where she might panic. In this scenario, you don't want to do anything at all in this space to scare one. Now there, I'm going to keep checking that. If I can push her off me a little bit, all I'm doing is using the finger underneath the chin and a finger, just one finger on her shoulder, just to see if she can move off with super, super light pressure. Now the very next step that we're going to do, getting a little stuck in the ground there. Like I said, she just barely halter broke. I'm going to take the end of my lead rope because I'd already done it with my stick, so now I feel a little bit more confident of being next to her. Now here's a part where you need to be very, very careful, but we kind of took care of this part when we took that stick and flag, or that rag, whatever's on it, and rubbed up underneath her belly. So she's not afraid of things down there. But because this is the first time I'm reaching down there, I'm going to be a little careful. I'm going to take the back of my hand, I'm going to run it down her belly so she feels me the entire way to where I grab that rope. Once I grab that rope, I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to shorten my lead up a little bit, going from my left hand to her head. So if she goes to get cow kicky or wants to do something a little goofy, I can just step back, let go with my right hand, and pull her head this way, and her butt will go that way. Now after I've gotten to this point, I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up a little bit. Just put some pressure. That's where that front cinch is going to go. See how she's looking at it? She's saying, what the hell? I don't like anything wrapped around me. And if she wants to move around here a little bit, I'll let her move around. Because usually the first time they buck, after you get one saddled, is when they move their feet for the first time and realize that there's something strapped onto them. So as long as this horse is moving around, I'm fine with that. She wants to go and rest her feet and relax, then I'd take the pressure off. So in other words, if she's not showing any signs of being upset or worried about anything, there, she just took a big deep breath, that's a good time for me to take that pressure off, because I'll reward that behavior. See here where she's moving, and of course I'm on the other side, and horses see things differently out of each side. Like right there, she's looking at me. She's not too happy with that. She did drop her head a little bit, but I don't know if that was because she's okay with it or not. We'll see what she does here for a second. But again, I'm not pulling real hard. Don't cinch it up like you're cinching up a rope horse or anything. But here she's backing up. I'm going to go ahead and stop her so I don't go out of the view of the camera. Or if she does, I'll come back around. Right there, though, she stopped. She worried about something else. So I went ahead and took all that pressure off. Now be careful when you're, whether it's the flag or the stick and the string, or this lead rope. Be careful that you don't smack them. So when it goes on the other side and whips around, it does not smack them or hurt them or scare them. Okay, so this time I'm back by the flank a little bit. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I'm back by the flank just a little bit. This is my rear cinch. I need her used to this. And don't get your hands tangled up in this. But I need her to be okay with that. If I go to roping calves or just doctoring some out in the pasture and something runs up underneath me, I need to make sure that she's okay with that. So I'd rather take care of all those things when I'm on the ground. There, she got a little stuck in the ground there. It's always better to get these things figured out on the ground than find out what bothers her or bothers one after you get on top of them. Because after you get on top of them, then you're in God's hands there. So again, she's not doing a whole lot. She's pretty cool with that. I might do the same thing on the other side. Again, run that hand down their belly. Be careful when you put your face down there on a lot of those horses, because you get down there, they're not used to that. They might say, hey, wait a minute, I'm going to kick out a fly and get you the hell away from me because I don't feel comfortable. And make sure to always see things through the eyes of a horse. And if you can start paying attention to a lot of the things that they are going through mentally, emotionally, you'll have a heck of a lot better, easier time, let me put it that way, a lot easier time getting through to them. There she kind of got stuck. I wanted that hind quarter out of the way. But this would be a good opportunity for me right here. Move that shoulder again. Put some life in those feet. There she kind of got soggy. I need my horses responsive, but not spooky or scared. All right, so as we were doing that, she got a little jumpy there. That's all right. But so as we were doing that, you kind of got a feel for how we get a horse that might be a little hard to catch without chasing it or being mean to it or using cookies or treats or any of that kind of stuff. The next step we did, which should be right before this one, would be what we do just to get one started, left and right, get some body control. Can we control their hindquarter? Can we control their rib cage? Can we control their forequarters? And of course their head and neck. Can we do all this calmly? That's the most important thing. I see a lot of people, they bring their horses in here and they run them. Well, all you're doing is you're kicking them over into the instinctual side of their brain, which is their flight mechanism, and they're just kind of in panic mode. I want my horses to think at all times. So if I ask them to do something, I want them to think through it. If they get scared, I want them to know that they can come right back to thinking and they're not going to get in any kind of trouble. So we never want to push them too hard or get them upset or scared or worried. I'm just going to send her off just a little bit there again because I felt like I was losing control of her shoulder because she wanted to inch up on me. So now the next step we'll do, obviously, will be saddling her. And I'll probably have my wife come out here and help me with that if I need to. But in the meantime, I'm going to do the next couple of days, I'll be doing the same exact thing with exactly what you've seen today. And some horses it'll take you a week. Some horses it'll take you 1 day. It just all depends on the horse and how it was started, how it's been handled from day one. It seems to me a lot of horses that have never been handled at all are a lot easier because they don't have that pushiness, that spoiled brat syndrome is what I call it, to where they want to walk over top of you and do all sorts of stuff. It's easier for me anyways to get one that maybe is a little more apprehensive about being near a human to come to these terms than it is for one that's so spoiled that I have to, spank that shoulder so much that I end up getting them, upset and they get cranky, or just to keep them away from me. So anyways, hopefully some of this stuff helped, and we'll pick right back up the next session with her, and we'll go from there.